paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe, and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, it's all right, refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes,
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason.
Marvel Superheroes has the worst set symbol in Magic's history, right? Like, it's not close.
I think
Like,
so.
I haven't
It's
seen
pretty
it.
bad. It would be good to make a...
Is this just a book with an M on the cover?
It's a comic book, first of all. It's a graphic novel, really.
I actually did think it was like a placeholder at first.
It does look like a placeholder.
And welcome into Brainstorm Brewery, everybody.
Graphic design is my passion.
A big connoisseur of Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah. MS Paint, really, but
I guess
usually they're pretty good in Magic. Usually,
I agree. I think it's impressive how well they do with them, given that there's literally hundreds at this point.
There's shield, there's other shield, there's slightly different shields.
No, they do better than that. There's a little chocobo.
Okay. Yeah, you're on this right now, DJ. Meanwhile, Lorwyn Eclipsed has one of the best set symbols we've had in ages.
As
It's
we
an
all
eclipse.
furiously Google it to look at. JJ will put it up on screen for you here. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Corbin, you should hold it up to the camera and say this set symbol is really good.
Nope, don't you worry, DJ. I got you.
What do you mean you got
All right, everybody.
Oh, there
look
we go.
up at this set. Look at this set symbol. Look how good this set symbol is up on the screen at youtube.com/Brainstorm Brewery.
Look at that shield. Look at
In
other
DJ's
shields.
defense, the commander set is a shield. He's really got us there.
No, that one's a shield, yeah. But it's got a little sun shield on it, you know?
Praise the sun.
For those
Oh,
who
the
don't know,
sunscreen even.
yeah, for those who don't know, the original story of Lorwyn was it was some kind of day-night type plane before that was
For
a
those who
thing.
don't know the original story, it was some kind of thing.
It was 20 years ago.
Lore
It was a
expert
day-night
Corbin
thing.
dropping bars.
Oh yeah, look there was the
Corbin,
the
who was the main
Dama
villain in Lorwyn originally?
Una,
The Queen of the Fae.
obviously, and then they had the Dama Mending, which turned the night into the day, which destroyed the Shadowmoor and Eventide clans from Tarkir. Ergo, it is now daytime on Lorwyn all
Which
the
commander's
time.
ergo?
Except in the morning, then it's morning tide. That is the lore of
That's
Lorwyn.
mostly right, I think, actually.
My favorite part
You're welcome.
of so I did read the like what's it called, the Planeswalker's Guide to Lorwyn Eclipsed or whatever, and it gives us a little summary of what's happened on Lorwyn in the past 19 years, just catches everyone up to speed on like, hey, this is what went down during the Phyrexian invasion, all of that. My favorite part is the Phyrexians invaded and like corrupted everyone, right? And
What?
the corrupted elves were like the same amount of racist.
What?
Yeah.
Like Lorwyn got invaded by Phyrexians? On what? One card in battle for whatever?
Yeah.
That's
the point,
stupid.
is
Yeah,
the whole multiverse got invaded. Also,
my favorite part is just like the Phyrexians invaded, and then the elves were like, "We're
Is that
slightly
even a
less
card?
racist now. We were more racist before."
yeah, it's
They are racist. That's the only thing I know about the elves on Lorwyn.
the elves on Lorwyn may be racist, but they do have feet out in this set.
Aren't they hooves?
They're hooved.
Buddy, they taste the same to me. You know what I'm saying? Am I right? Am I right? Sign me up. I can go on the main cast. Who cares?
Oh gosh, Cash triggered my sickness. Invasion of Lorwyn, by the way, was a 6-mana green-black uncommon that no one's ever cast. It destroys non-elves. Even the card is racist.
Well, that whole
isn't
thing
that
is the
their-
elves can only... Like, Eye-Blight's ending is the term
That's
Eye-Blight
true.
means
No.
someone who is so ugly that we have to
Yeah.
tell them.
Oh.
That's true.
Like, Lorwyn elves are so racist. Their whole thing is
Oh.
that you have, like, if you're perfect, you're a member of society. And if you have, like, a cut on your face, it's like, oh, actually, you're cast out and now you have to live in the wilderness.
Yeah, and the entire lore. Well, Corbin's a lore expert, so he knows this already.
Yeah,
but I'm for exposition's sake. The plot is Reese, who is an elf among the military, sort of finds out that a lot of the high-ranking elves are using magic to look pretty.
He's a commander in the army, yeah? He's definitely a commander.
Some sort of officer, I don't know.
He's definitely a commander.
He's definitely a legendary creature, and he finds out that they're all like using elf magic makeup to hide their ugliness, and gets exiled, and that's why he's Reese the Exiled.
Oh, it's like in The Hobbit.
So what you're saying is that Reese, the commander, leaked the Lorwyn plastic surgery list and was like, "Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but the perfects all have lip fillers, so."
It's like that picture of Caroline Levitt.
Yeah, it's just like that, actually. You're not that far off. Really, what is a glamour magic if not a spray tan?
Oh, gosh. In the show notes I wrote, Holidays, Corbin's movie of choice, because I thought it would be topical and fun to talk about what I believe is a new Christmas classic. But the Lorwyn lore, that went pretty well, too.
The Lorwyn?
What's your movie of choice?
Violent Night with my boy David Harbour.
That seems pretty good, yeah.
2022. Yep, 2022.
I think we're watching a Finnish movie this weekend.
Wait, have we selected our movie?
I know what I'm voting for based on the viewer submissions.
Oh gosh, and you've come
up with something. It's called Rare Exports.
Why would you let viewers submit their ideas instead of watching Violent Night with me?
Corbin, listen to this blurb. In the depths of the Corva Tunturi Mountains, 486 meters deep, we're getting metric system here.
Why not?
Lies the closest ever guarded secret of Christmas. The time has come to dig it up. This Christmas, everyone will believe in Santa Claus.
So this is unrelated. This is just like a general movie recommendation. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's really good.
It's The Descent.
Troll Hunter has kind of got a similar vibe, but instead of Santa Claus, it's
I actually have seen Troll Hunter, and it actually is lit.
Yeah. It's one of all
somehow
movies. I always refuse to watch it to piss them off.
I am somehow the cultured one here. I had a friend show me that movie, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And sad. It's like Old Yeller.
It's like Old Yeller.
I don't really remember if that's how it is or not, but I was sad at some point, so it's got to be like Old Yeller. That's how it works. But when I watch Violent Night, I'm not sad. I laugh at people dying to candy canes and shit. So, what I'm hearing is you're going to make me sad for Christmas. It's a sad Christmas movie. Thanks, viewers.
Christmas is mostly for being sad. It's mostly for being around your family and being like, wow, this sucks.
Man, I think it's for telling the kids the internet is broken and breaking out the Super Nintendo. But
are you actually going to tell your kids the internet's broken? Because that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it helped that it was broken a few days ago for a day, and we did break out the Super Nintendo. But
that's a good start to a family tradition. Just sabotage the internet like a cartoon character would.
Yeah, dude.
Like
DJ, do that at your
more and more.
Go to Thanksgiving or Christmas with your extended family. Sabotage the internet. Do that. Like put a blocker, like get some kind of signal blocker around the house where no one can use their G's either, and just make them interact with each other and let us know how that goes. Phones in the bucket, that kind of thing.
I feel like it's a good concept though, where like every year the kids get more and more crafty and they find new ways to connect it, and so you're just in this multi-generational arms race so you can shut off the internet until eventually you're just bombing Comcast headquarters.
Yes, yeah. Chevy Chase's brother goes to Comcast headquarters. That all checks out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like the plot of Violent Night.
It's just like Violent Night. I'm always saying this.
Corbin with the butterfly meme is this Old Yeller.
Well, there's two kinds of movies, right? There's movies that make you sad. Those are Old Yeller. Or Bambi, I guess, are really the only two options there, depending on which of those you were traumatized by. And then there's movies that make you happy. Like
the only two movies are
Rocky,
Kill the Dog or Kill the
Rocky.
Mom.
Like Rocky makes you happy. and Bambi
Rocky
and shit
makes you
makes you
happy?
sad.
Rocky
makes you feel. It doesn't make you feel anything in particular, but it makes you feel.
Ah, you feel happy. You feel like you feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of the movie.
Man.
Corbin just vicariously climbing stairs while he closes his eyes and gnaws on a Buffalo Wild Wings wing.
Yeah, he's...
Look, every time Rocky punches a carcass in the freezer, I take another bite of chicken. All right, it's just like that. Okay, we're both in the battle.
In the time-honored tradition of me recommending videos for our viewers to watch that aren't us, people should go watch Fighting in the Age of Loneliness. It's a secret base video by John Boyce. It's really good.
Well, loneliness is an epidemic.
It's about blood sport.
Oh.
It's about people who are paid to fight.
These people have 3 unread SCG articles open on their tab right now. You think they're going to open another tab for this? They will.
You think SCG runs articles?
No, the old ones. The ones that we linked last week. I'm making a callback, Corbin.
Last week? Actually, I'll be honest. Does Star City run articles anymore? Oh, they do.
I have no idea. I think they're mostly just listicles that Nick Miller puts together.
Well, the top one is a Flesh and Blood article. After that is Commander Versus. After that, it is a sponsored podcast. After that, it is bonus store credit. And that's it. That's the content on their homepage. God, this sucks.
So, like, Flesh and Blood popped up when Magic was the only good card game.
True.
And found
if Flesh and Blood feels pretty mid, I don't know how it's still hanging in there, but
with the advent of like Riftbound and One Piece being popular and like new card games, like I feel like the games like Flesh and Blood get culled out eventually. And don't get me wrong. I know people love Flesh and Blood. I know there are some diehard fans of it, but it just feels like things are getting more and more competitive in this space. And it is cool to see, innovation happening in the card game space.
I feel like people the competitive Magic players exodus to Flesh and Blood, and then they exodus from Flesh and Blood to CEDH.
Yeah.
Maybe a little. I don't know. There are some diehard Flesh and Blood players, but Flesh and Blood's main problem to me is that it is primarily a competitive game, like a 1v1, not a lot of variance at the highest levels kind of a game.
They actually all migrated to Riftbound. The first regional winner was a Flesh and Blood pro. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sean Dawali, or Sean Dollywall, won the first Riftbound regional, and he's a Flesh and Blood Pro Tour champion.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, there you go.
Their websites are unusable, so, I couldn't really tell you, but...
I'm going to throw this out there. There's also a newly announced Cyberpunk trading card game, right? In addition to, like, there's Gundam, there's One Piece, there's all these different things we've talked about.
Is Cyberpunk a big enough franchise to do that?
They've hired, like, former Lorcana pros are on their design team as one of the people who, like, is active in the Discord. They were... I don't know anything about it except that they had a game and then they were able to make a TV show, which many people said was good, Edge Runners. I don't know. They had Netflix TV show money, and now they are kickstarting a card game with a staff that has already begun working on it. So
here's where I'm at on Cyberpunk. I think building a card game is an uphill battle when the only thing people know about your franchise is that it was released too early and you can customize the dicks.
I think it's more known for now as the prime example of a game that was that, but that was turned into a very good game.
But, like, you have to have engaged with it seriously to know that. Most people just know it as the game where you can customize the dicks.
I guess. I remember the buggy launch being a big deal, but it really is, like, cited very often as a game where they just kept plugging away at it until it turned into a very good game. And they released the DLC last year that was, like, enormously popular and extremely well reviewed. So, like, Cyberpunk is definitely on an uphill swing as a franchise. But this is what I was getting at.
I can see it as a secret lair, don't get me wrong, but...
Sure, I'm with you, man. Like, but here's what I'm getting at. I think the reason these games are all popping up is because they're reading all of those Hasbro's earning calls, just like everyone else, and reading about what incredible margins the physical trading card game industry has. Like, I think that's all it is. Like, if the margins are big enough, if you make it, it's worth a shot as a corporation, and it's part of your overall brand strategy if you're Riot, right? So I think and if you're Cyberpunk, it's a part of your brand strategy. If you have something, even if it's just your diehard fans, even if the game only goes for 2 years or whatever, that doesn't mean you're not going to make money on it, I guess, right? Like, I don't know.
Really,
there's a lot.
It's
there's
really
a lot
hard to build like a unified corporate brand around a genre that states that unified corporate brands are evil and they're going to cause the downfall of society. Like, I get it. It's just really funny.
It is funny.
Like,
Yeah,
the baddie in your series is the Super Corporation, brought to you by the Super Corporation.
But yeah, I like, that was one of the few RPG games, I guess you would call it, that I've played in my adult life. It was really good, and I know that, I got back into it because the DLC got such good reviews. I went back and played the game when all the bugs were fixed, and it was great. But yeah, it was, that's just an example, but I wanted to get at, like, Wizards is making a lot of money, and we always say that, and that's always true, blah, blah, blah. But if you actually, like, dig into the calls, it's also not just that they're making a lot of money. The margins are really good. So I think that that's why you see a lot of the other companies kind of seeing it as worth a try. And look, if you're in the Kickstarter realm of making a card game, then you're self-funding it anyway, right? So it's you're already in that. You're only making as much as your fans pay for. So
Breaking bulk time.
okay, here we go.
My breaking bulk this week? OTJ Gold Uncommon.
OTJ Gold Uncommon. I love that set, but there's a billion cards that fit.
I can't even think of a single gold card in that set.
My favorite archetype in limited for that set was the blue-red, like, Razzle Dazzler.
Yeah.
2 double spell, draw 2 deck.
That was fun. I love that set. That don't know that I'm gonna know this card, but something where you each draw on your upkeep. I don't know.
No.
I concede.
I win that easily?
Well,
when
think of things in hats, DJ. Think of magic effects in hats, or something. If I understand
the only card that comes to mind when I think of that set, besides the bonus sheet, is the fork redirect that was like should have been rare.
I'm gonna
the
go
red
with the red white.
upscale.
I'm gonna go the red
Sure.
white limited uncommon.
It is none of those. It is Doc Orlock, Grizzled Genius.
Oh, that's like a standard card. Didn't know it was from that set though.
Yep. You'd think with a name like Doc Orlock, it might be from Spider-Man. It's a Doc Ock.
I thought it was from like Bloomborough.
No. So he's a bear druid. Huge. Blue-green for a 2/3. Legendary creature. Spells you cast from your graveyard or from exile cost 2 less to cast. It makes your air-bended spells free.
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
Your air-bent spells, I suppose.
it's air-bended. It's air-bended.
It currently has a buy list price of 72 cents. Big gold star next to it on MTG Band, sponsor this podcast.
Corbin, you should go get airbent for that correction.
Hey, she asked.
He probably had, like, when he worked Worlds, he probably had like a whole thing that's like, you don't call it bended, you call it.
It was in fact asked during our pre-show production meetings how to refer to it on air.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're writing, a kid's show, you don't call it airbent, and that's fine. But we're a crass, nasty boy podcast. We say things like airbent. Yeah, Doc Orlock.
I did not know this was a magic card.
I have a similar. This is a green uncommon from a set that you'll never get, and it's a card you'll never get, but it is a green uncommon from Doctor Who.
Is this dinosaur? It's the dinosaur one, right?
Oh, come on!
It's like $20 or something, wasn't it? So the thing about that's interesting is the uncommons were actually really rare in the collector boosters.
Yep.
So they were super expensive.
Yes, displaced dinosaurs. It's only $2 now.
Yeah,
and it's very much the kind of thing that you could pass through in bulk these days. It's been worth $2 for the better part of this year. But yes, when it came out, it was like $15 to $20 for, you know.
The Surge foil was still like $20.
Yeah.
I know this one because I had to sort my Surge foils through the Roka recently, and I saw the $20 uncommon in the Surge foils.
Yep.
Every time Corbin just flies too close to the sun, it is immediately shot down. This is an unguessable pick from an unguessable set. My machinations span for centuries.
No, that's not what I said. I was simply talking to you, DJ, and I said that you'll never get it.
I broke a lot of Doctor Who Commander decks down. Like they did not sell well, and they had like a decent enough buy list margin that we broke down a lot of them.
I really loved that set, but it just kind of, a lot of the cards are just kind of whiffs.
See, I feel like I hated that set, but I actually think a couple of the designs are super inspired.
That they are. That's what I mean. Like, it's cool, but like, there's not really a lot of like, there's just not a ton of Doctor Who cards that see a ton of play, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Anywhere. It's just...
I think Cyberman Conversion or whatever, the one that like turns a creature face down into a 2/2 is one of my favorite removal spells of all time.
Yep.
That one's cool. Dalek Squad is in my Deadpool deck. Which one, DJ?
Ixodron.
Yeah. Old school. Old school commander answer right there. All right, what's your breaking bulk, DJ?
I have a reasonably guessable Foundations Red uncommon.
Foundations uncommon.
The burn spell, the Ghost of Face, the lava spike? Bolt Wave, I guess is what I'm thinking of.
It is not burn spell that goes to face.
Okay, so it could be any number of like 800 cards that's probably in the starter collection.
This card is it's only printing.
Oh, isn't there like a dragon cost reducer or something?
Maybe, but no, this is not it.
I don't know Foundations very well.
This card is $3, and this is its only printing.
Dragon Orb.
No.
We had that conversation. There's like some goblins relevant cards in the set, maybe. I'm trying to think about like that limited archetype.
It has a picture of a goblin in it, but it is not goblin themed.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
I give up.
Yeah, I yield.
This is Bulk Up. It is a 2-mana instant. This is double target creature's power until end of turn, and it has flashback for 6.
Okay. So you know when you like open your browser, how there's like suggested articles or whatever, like ads basically?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For like a week straight, I was getting ads that were like, this Foundation's uncommon increased 3,000% in price, and you'll never believe why.
Oh, I know what website that's from.
And it was, it was this card is like the image for it, and I saw it, and I was just like, okay, whatever. That's not going to be relevant information for me ever.
I just in my head, you said it, and I was like, I remember that card from Modern Infect. I'm thinking of Scale Up, aren't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's
is that a breaking bulk anymore? Scale Up from Modern Horizons is a breaking bulk. It's 50 cents.
Love that.
Also,
Card Kingdom will pay you $2 per copy of Bulk Up that you manage to bulk out of your binders and your bulk bins. It has the little star on it on mtgban.com, which means that is the highest Card Kingdom is ever paying on it. You can also click on a graph to see the history of Card Kingdom's buy list on this card. Back in June, July, this card was like $1 retail, and now it is approaching $4. You can pick any number of metrics on MTG Bands. You can pick TCG low, market, CK retail, CK buy list, card market low, card market trend, or like the card market price, I guess you'd call it. ABU buy list, cool stuff, Star City. There's all the buttons you can click, all the data you can get. I found Bulk Up recently. I imagine this spiked because of like firebending stuff with firebending student.
That's a possibility. Or I mean, like Foundation stuff is just rare also. But I would assume that is what it is coming from, yeah. Or Tifa.
Because if you bulk up a firebending student, and
what
then
if you bulk up a Tifa?
That too.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Because firebending student, you bulk it up, and then you attack with it, and then you get all the mana to flash it back and bulk it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tifa Fetchland turns that into... It does, if it works like that, it turns it into 16.
Sure.
Which is also possibly a thing. Don't know though. All What I do know is that everybody should go check out MTG Band. DJ has been talking about it, but we want to remind you it is the generous sponsor of this podcast. And use that code, I believe, am I going to get this right, DJ? BSB50 to get 50% off your first month?
Yeah, but when you say BSB 50, you have to say BSB 50 so that people don't try BSB 15. It's not a 15% discount; it is a 50% discount. 50. That's
more.
A bigger
That's
number.
more, DJ. Yeah.
We have to clarify because the deals are so unbelievable. People don't believe us. 50. That's half.
And you get a 2-week trial to when you sign up. You can just not pay anything for 2 weeks, and then if you like it, you can pay less.
There you go.
That's basically a free month.
Go check that out.
Kind of.
Go check that out. We're gonna go back now at this moment to some more Lorwyn lore because Mark Rosewater released his quarterly, I guess at this point, maybe quintillally, Lorwyn Eclipsed teaser where he teases what's coming in the upcoming set here. So DJ, you are the one who dived into Tumblr to find this one, so I might let you read this to us. What is being teased for Lorwyn? Tumbled into Tumblr.
Sure. So every set, every Christmas Magic-wise, Mark Rosewater gives us a little mini teaser that shows some text on a card, but not all. It is always fun to speculate on what the rest of the text might be or how these cards might impact other existing cards, prices, and metagames. So we have a Planeswalker, which is kind of a rare thing nowadays. Like, we don't get Planeswalkers very often. It feels like, and when we do, they're not relevant. Planeswalkers used to be the headliner of a set. The 1 to 3 Planeswalkers in a set defined everything from the standard metagame to the prices and box EV, all that stuff. But now it's just like, oh, it's a Planeswalker that makes Kithkin tokens.
I mean, it's just going to come into play and it's going to minus or 0 to make a token based on its mana cost. Then it'll have a minus that pumps the team. Like, they just keep redesigning the first Ajani, which is fine. Yeah. Yeah, which is fine. That's a good white Planeswalker.
There's only so much design space for Planeswalkers, and I feel like around Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, they kind of hit their line when they're like, we got the Flash one and we got the phasing one. All right, what's next?
Yeah. That's the phasing one I forgot about.
That card's sweet.
They even did the kicker one with Jace, where you make a second one. They did all the flip one. Like, yes. Anyway, I think it's better that Magic is not all about Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Now it's just all about legendary creatures wearing hats.
Sure.
Or masks or capes.
And also Kindred reprints. That's the next thing on the list here. So this means they're going to have the type line back? Is that what we think?
Yeah, I mean, Kindred is like, it's back in Magic, right? We had some cards in MH3. I imagine that we'll have, like, Nameless Inversion would be a cool one to bring back. You know, Crib Swap, stuff like that. Kindred being a thing, that they have back around, cards that care about multiple card types in the graveyard, like Tarmogoyf, maybe not Tarmogoyf actually, but stuff like that.
Tarmogoyf being in Standard would be hype, though.
Yeah, to be clear, I think that card doesn't lead to very good outcomes in Standard. It's just like the format becomes about that creature's power and toughness. But cards like it, cards that care about card types in graveyard or, specifically like creature type matter stuff, might see an uptick in price if Lorwyn complements them, which, obviously.
What's it? Banner of Kinship, huge?
Yeah, exactly.
A keyword introduced in 2025 returns. What are the keywords from 2025?
I mean, it could be something from like a Universes Beyond set. We're getting Airbend back in Lorwyn.
Exhaust, maybe?
Yeah, Exhaust is a good design space.
Does Harmonize maybe? Harmonize makes a lot of sense.
Would be great for Lorwyn, yeah. My favorite part of these Maro articles, by the way, are always the random line of text on a card. And I really like this specific line of text, which is where X is the difference between its power and its toughness.
Oh yeah,
love a good little math equation.
This isn't part of the spoiler there, the teaser here, but I love what they've done with the design space on the hybrid mana costs. Of if you
with the elementals.
Yeah, it does the different things. I don't know how much of a theme that will be in the set, but I am already finding myself a little bit sad that there's only going to be one set of Lorwyn, because it just feels like there's a lot that they could do.
Well, as soon as you're done with Lorwyn, you'll have your 2 weeks to play with it, and then it's Marvel time.
Turtles.
It's Marvel time. Well, at least there's
Marvel?
Namor. Namor is a merfolk. At least we've got that going in Marvel. After all the Lorwyn merfolk we're hopefully going to get. I've got big hopes.
A card that actually really excites me that we've seen spoiled for Moyle, is Quicksilver Brash Blur. It's Patches the Pirate. If he's in your opening hand, he starts the game in play, and he's a legendary creature.
People think this is so broken.
This card is really cool. It lets people imagine a world in which they go turn 1, start with Quicksilver, play Mox Amber, play a land, play Bard class. Like, it lets Magic players dream. And I think that that's a cool card. And it's probably going to be pretty weak. Also, we're going to get a compilation of people forgetting to attack with their Quicksilver on turn 1 or whatever, like we did with Patches. For those who don't know, in the game Hearthstone, Patches the Pirate was a 1-mana 1/1 haste that if he was in your deck, you started the game with him in play.
Yep, and it was very powerful.
Rograth is good in command CEDH for a reason. Like,
yep.
Yes, but the big difference here, the reason, the similarity between CEDH and Hearthstone is that card does not cost the card out of your hand. It's essentially just plain Mem.
True.
It's just plain Mem Knight. I know, but if they reprinted Mem Knight, would you be like, oh, it's so broken? No, it's just a Mem Knight. Like,
this is legendary. That's relevant.
It's cool. It is a cool design. I think that it will not be. It's not Patches.
I agree. I think opening hand effects are really cool in Magic. I think one of the coolest designs they've ever created that's not a Black Border Magic card is Impatient Iguana.
What's that do? I don't know that one.
It's from Mystery Booster. It's a playtest card. It's a red and a colorless for a 2/1 haste. If it's in your opening hand, you may reveal it. If you do, you're on the play.
That's broken, but that's cool.
Yeah.
It would be broken, but it's cool.
I mean, the strongest Magic card ever printed is probably Power Play, right? Like, not actually, but
Is it the 5 less cards in your deck one, or?
That's the you're always on the play one.
I have a buddy who has conspiracies in his cube, and there are multiple conspiracies that are just beyond broken, and it sort of goes to show how easy it is once you start designing these sort of meta outside the game effects or opening hand effects, like just how silly things can become very quickly. Just as an aside, it's fun, but like if you get the conspiracy that lets you cast a spell for any color of mana, for instance, it's just wildly broken.
Oh, I've gotten crushed by that one in Q before. So like with the oops all 3-drops ones.
Yeah, and there's
where somebody
others
had oops all 3-drops, and then all my 3-drops cost 1 less or whatever, and he's just like playing Blade Splicer and then a million other things on turn 2. It's just.
Yeah, and there's one that, like, I don't remember exactly what it does, but it enables you to just set up, like, an Emrakul really easily or something. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, all of those kind of, those sort of meta effects are really neat, but even when you look at something like CDH, it shows how powerful it is. Like, you mentioned Rograth, right? Like, just the fact that you get access to things that are not taking up a spot in your hand is powerful.
Companions, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
The best Magic card of all time for real.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. Time for the pick of the week.
All right, my pick of the week this week is possibly prone to reprints, but if not, I think it's got a good spot here. Crumbling Ashes from Eventide. Looking back at original Lorwyn block / Shadowmoor block. This is the beginning of your upkeep. Destroy target creature with a -1 counter on it. It's been starting to climb again, and it's already spiked basically twice in its lifetime. And just looking at the graph on this one, it's up a decent amount in the past month. Obviously, we get more counter synergy in 2026. It's got the potential to just, go pretty crazy. It's an uncommon from Eventide, so it's got very low supply to begin with. And under $5,
Blowfly infestation and this card spike in tandem. Just go to Hepatra's EDH rec page and just look for stuff. Just look for things on Scryfall or ban with any sort of syntax for -1/-1 counters.
Maybe DJ, you mentioned that. I just looked up Hepatra. Hepatra itself has gone from about $1 to $2 in just the past month or so. So Hepatra itself, at that near bulk rate, is probably a good pick.
Yep.
Now I have an unguessable pick of the week. You will never guess my pick of the week. This Double Masters 2022 Mythic Rare, which is a reprint from Portal 3 Kingdoms, is Imperial Seal. Imperial Seal there's buy lists paying up to 85% of TCG low right now on it. Multiple of the versions have that little gold star on mtgband.com, sponsor this podcast. And Direct Net is effectively TCG low.
I've been seeing a lot of these types of cards in the buy-sell discords I'm in, where I regularly buy collections, and there's quite often people posting cards like this for sale because they think, oh, I need to price this at 10% under TCG low or 15% under TCG low to sell it, when they really could just be using tools to look at all of the buy lists in one place and just mail out a package immediately and get your price locked in, avoid any risk in dealing with an unknown on the internet. Like there's so many ways to just get the money now. Like somebody posted a Masterpiece Soul Ring recently for under Card Kingdom buy list, and I just used my tools and I checked it and I was like, oh, if I buy this and then mail it to Card Kingdom, I just make $50. And that's assuming that the card is Card Kingdom EX. Like, I'm just assuming that the person is worse at grading, so there's wiggle room for me to make more money if the person knows how to grade the card. And I'm like, oh, cool, I'll just buy this and make a free $50 to $100 in 2 days, or like a week or so. Like, okay. Yep. And the Imperial Seal is in that category of cards where you'll just find people looking to unload these for Christmas money. They're cracking open the Siege deck, sorting by value, being like, well, this buys some presents. And just keep an eye on TCG, keep an eye on eBay, keep an eye on all those stores, and just price check against CK and Star City and other buy lists. Yep. And there's often just room to be made in that way, even if you're not like waiting until tax season when this card goes up.
A bunch of the CEDH staples also just like only have one real printing. Like Imperial Seal has most of one real printing in the aggregate. Like P3K Judge Foil Double Masters 2022. Like none of those are real sets. None of those are sets that have real supply.
True. Yeah, no arguments. My pick of the week is on the other end of the spectrum. Not a expensive card, is a cheap card. And it's a cheap card that you have picked before. But it went back down. And so I think it's a good pick again. And it's Metalwork Colossus.
Hell yeah.
Metalwork Colossus spiked briefly during the Leyline Axe preview era when people were trying to brew with it and do silly things with getting a bunch of non-creature artifact mana on the field early. The card has gone back down to like $1-ish, and I've been selling a lot of them recently, and I don't know exactly why, but I just feel like the card is abusable. It's one of those cards that just screams abusable to me, kind of like Restore Balance or Heartless Summoning. This just reads as a Johnny combo piece that could one day be a real thing for a multi, like just playing free 10/10s at some point is going to be a thing, I think. I could not tell you the design of the card that gets us there, but owning a brick of Heartless Summonings at 50 cents to $1 a piece, or not Heartless Summoning, I mean that too, but Metalwork Colossus, owning a brick of them and then just waiting and checking on them and being like, oh, spike to $5. Well, I'll buy list all these for $2, and then you just make all the money. And this is just such a low risk card to me, in my opinion.
I still have like 800 of the retro ones sitting in a box in my closet. I'm a big Metalwork Colossus fan.
Yeah, spiked a little bit back during. Spiked to like a little over $1, and it's climbing again. It's on a small little roller coaster.
Direct low for the retro copy that I have like 800 of is $20. 0 sales, to be clear.
I was just gonna say, are there sales at that number? But this is the kind of so there's another weirdness to this card where I don't know why, but sometimes the Commander Masters version sells for a bunch of money on Direct. So if you go to the Commander Masters version and look at the Direct history, there's just like a bunch of sales at 10 for some reason. I don't know who was paying that number. It crashed back down again, but like there is precedent for people being willing to pay $10 for this card and not blink.
Yeah. I mean, the card is a free 10/10, like you said, right? Like that's compelling. The Chocobo bundles came out and they kind of just like came and went and no one seems to have cared.
I've seen a lot of people dealing with those in the aforementioned buy-sell trade groups. I don't really know how to feel about them beyond just the EV seems to be very good if you can get your hands on them and crack them and transact in a short amount of time before everyone also follows suit and does the same thing. But I have never been the kind of person to want to chase that.
Same.
So
yeah, I mean, it feels like a product made for people with a backpack and a dream.
Yeah, if you have the hustle gene and you want to scour the Walmarts and Targets and do the work and crack them all and try to flip them and are okay with being on a time crunch for that, I think there is money to be made. Yeah. But I'm just got so many other fish to fry. I've just been perfectly happy with just scouring Discord and Facebook and my usual sources for people selling collections for the holidays. That's just my bread and butter now. And also just trying to find deals on the aforementioned from last week or the week before, like reserve list stuff that is foil and expensive and you can arbitrage. Like I just bought a Judge Foil Survival of the Fittest on Card Market for around $1,000. And I have a customer lined up who is, I need a Judge Foil. Can I trade you a big tracker list for it?
Right.
And that's just like, there's a lot of cards like that. I think the Chaos Emeralds are all good. I think like we mentioned, FTV Mox Diamond is still good. Like Foil Cradle, like all these expensive cards, but there's also like the mid-range cards like the Chaos Emeralds. I think those are very, very good in the future. There's just like so many spaces right now to make more money for less work than the Chocobo bundles, I think.
You know what cards I'm actually really bullish on in general are the Fallout bobbleheads, the serialized ones.
Sure. I know nothing about what their numbers are, but I believe you.
I paid like $5.50 for one recently. I don't even know if it's a good one. I'd have to ask Jason, but like I feel like serialized Fallout cards, when boxes are $2,000, those have to be more expensive.
I mean, the show just came out, right? Like the season 2 just came out.
Yeah, like they're all. I mean, like, you know, there's a couple that have listings for like 900 to 2,000 or whatever. Like Luck Bobblehead is cheapest listing is 2,500, but there's a bunch of the serialized ones that are like 500, 600, and that feels too cheap to me. Like stuff like that is in the Chaos Emerald range for me.
Sure.
Or like that is the nicest Fallout card that exists, right?
That's also the kind of card that somebody opens and wants to move.
Yep. It's funny,
that is
I got the bobblehead from the same person I got a green Chaos Emerald from.
Yep. And they're just like, hey, I opened this. I would like to re-roll.
Yep. Yeah,
I bought a serialized Birds of Paradise just from somebody on a Discord server lately for under buy list. Just like there's just a bunch of money to be made if you are willing to do the due diligence and making sure you're not getting scammed or whatever, which like comes with all of these various Facebook and Discord purchases that I do. But like I've never lost my money forever. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the industry is just really slow. It's that time of year. Everyone's kind of in peak burnout. You know, I think Lorwyn will revitalize a lot of people in a pretty big way. But like, if you have money and you're able to do some like smart shopping right now, you can get some killer deals.
Mm-hmm. Like better than Black Friday, even. Like everyone's. Mm-hmm. If you spend a bunch of money or didn't spend money on Black Friday, like if you have just stuff sitting around, I think there's a lot of money to be made. And TCG low is really high right now because of Black Friday stuff.
Yeah.
Like because a lot of cheap listings got scooped up during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, TCG low is artificially really high on a lot of stuff, which there's just a lot of weirdness.
It's actually really funny. We some local friends of mine back in Virginia did a Team Trios event where one of the formats was Value Vintage. And a bunch of players like were working on their decks before Black Friday. And afterwards, they're just like, "Fuck! I have to cut 6 cards." I'm like $2 over now.
That's really funny.
It was pretty delightful to watch. What a weird format.
I used to have a bulk rares only Heartless Hitotsugu deck. The rule was only bulk rares and not even commons and uncommons. It had to be every rare under $1. And I got so mad when I had to remove Need for Speed for that deck.
Need for Speed is one of those all-time great Magic cards.
Yeah, a Mirrodin rare that just gives him haste and lets you kill everyone in the same turn, but just like, nope, can't play it anymore. It's $4.
That's an Odyssey rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
That card's sweet.
I might have been thinking of Mass Hysteria from Mirrodin. I don't know.
Yeah, Mass Hysteria is the Mirrodin one.
Magic's weird right now, but
it is.
We're here to guide you through it. Listen to Brainstorm Brewery on youtube.com/BSB. We are recording our holiday special this weekend. Like I mentioned earlier, we found this might be the movie. It's my vote, but it's a finished pseudo horror movie. It'll be up for Patreon subscribers at patreon.com/BSB. Check out MTG Ban. Corbin had to go at some point in the past hour or two. I didn't really notice that he left. It's just he
doesn't contribute really, so
no. Fade out.
Fade out. Speaking of
happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.